Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode number 62 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit, and where I get into all kinds of other crafty shenanigans. Today is Saturday, May the 1st, 2021, and we have a gorgeous, gorgeous day out today. Bright, sunny, nice temperatures. It's maybe in the upper 50s, lower 60s Fahrenheit. Gorgeous, gorgeous day. So if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for checking me out. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another week. And let's get the show on the road. Might be a shorter episode today. Might not be. I might just start nattering and just keep on talking. So I've been knitting like a fiend this week and grading and winding up school stuff. I'll talk more about that at the end of the episode. But I've worked on two projects this week. One of them, barely. The Advent mittens, I added a few more rounds on those. I didn't even bring it over here to show you because you probably wouldn't even notice the difference from what I was doing last week. I added a couple more rounds and then I thought I'm just gonna take it easy. The rest of my spare time this past week has been focused on the newest round of Sock Madness 15. This is round 3. Yep, round 3. And they've been a challenge. The pattern came out the wee hours of the morning Sunday. So I'd gone to bed, whatever time, late Saturday evening. And when I got up Sunday morning, the pattern had come out. And it came out just before 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. So I got started on it on Sunday morning and spent a good part of the day getting part of the cuff done. And then I went on and started working on some of the other part. Oh boy. Let me just say this pattern has challenged me. I love it. They're gorgeous. But it has been a slow process for me. So before I go any further, the pattern is called Belief in Yourself, and it's by, I'm not going to get this pronounced anywhere close to properly. It'll go along on the down here. It's by Annette Schleicher. It's down there. I hope I haven't pronounced it too horribly wrong. So in the past week, I look at this and I think, I've not got much done. But when I look at actually how much knitting I've done in the past week and how much I've got, it's a lot. But I've been working on them for a week. We have a 2-week window to do these. And I'm not quite at the halfway point yet. So I'm really hoping that the second half of the socks starts moving an awful lot faster, or I might not be finished these in 2 weeks. Next week I have part of Friday is written off, part of Saturday is written off for end of the semester things, award ceremonies, graduation, things like that, where I have to we will physically be doing that this year, not Zoom. It'll be in person. Talk more about that later. But here's where I am. Let me just tuck all the little tails down inside. So on both socks, the legs are completely done. The second sock, I have about half, couple more, well, about half of the heel flap and the gusset increasing done on one sock. I consider it once I finish the heel turn, I'm more than halfway done. I was hoping to get the heel flap done on both of these and the heel turns done on both of them today before Sunday 1 a.m. rolls around, so that I'm more than halfway done at the halfway point through the pattern or through the time frame. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'll be happy if I get this one of the heel flaps done, the heel flaps done. So, such a pretty pattern. There's just so many really cool details on it. For starters, the cuff was knit flat and this way. And then you did a bind off and joined it into a circle. Then you pick up how many stitches and you do a little bit of ribbing before you go into the body of the leg. When it's done, what you're supposed to do is this part is supposed to turn over so that you have this really cute little flap on, I guess flap, is that the right word? But you have this pretty little leaf going around there. Then you have a panel all the way down the front in a 2-color 1-pass brioche. First time I've ever done this. Let me tell you, it was interesting. I was watching the tutorial, the YouTube video that comes along with the pattern. I will admit while working on this, to a fair bit of cursing, some tears, and a lot of frustration. For the first while, I just could not get the hang of it. And I came close to flinging this across the room in rage a few times. But then I kept trying it. I probably spent, it was easily a couple hours to get the first couple rows done on each sock, like together in the 2 socks. I wanted to make sure I got the first row done. I did the first row on one, then I did the first row on the second sock. Then I did the second row on the first sock and went back to do the second row on the second sock. That took hours. I had to undo it and redo it multiple times. And my level of frustration was through the roof. But there was no way I was going to allow myself to be defeated by 2 pointy sticks and some string. No, I was not going to allow that to happen. I was not going to be defeated by this. I've accomplished a lot of things in my life. There was no way I was going to be defeated by pointy sticks and string. No. So I kept trying. I plugged along on the first repeat. So each repeat is one of these leaf patterns here. I plugged along on that, and then it clicked. I got to the point I don't have to look at the instructions for how to do each stitch. The first repeat I watched the tutorial. Each time I came to one of the increases or decreases, I had to watch it again, scratch my head, look at it, and by the time I'd finished the first repeat, it clicked. And I figured out what I was doing and how I was supposed to do it. It still is very slow for me to do this. And I have spent a lot of hours on working on this. So it has this brioche pattern down the front And that'll go all the way from the cuff all the way down to a little before you start the toe decreasing. And then it has stranded color work around the rest of the way around. And that is more leaf patterns. So there are a variety of different leaf patterns. I think it looks more like leaves this way when you look at it going the other direction. But it's a variety of leaves. And there we have. So this is the entire leg for the one sock. And then I switched to, once the entire leg was done, now I'm working down the increases for the heel flap. And at the back of the heel, it's really cute because the leaf pattern expands out and spreads out goes from 1 to 2 leaves, and then there's going to be one more leaf. These ones are coming close to the end, and then there'll be one more. This will build into a leaf here to finish off the heel flap. Then once I've done that, then we're ready to do the decreasing and continue down the foot. I haven't looked into it in a lot of detail yet. I know that the front continues with this leaf pattern, the brioche, all the way down to when you're ready to do the decreasing for the toe, or almost ready for the decreasing on the toe. The bottom of the foot, I haven't looked. I think it's just the basic color work. The 2 colors, just the basic color work. So that's where I am. Sock Madness 15, round 3 pattern. And I'm hoping I'll be able to get it done in time to qualify. So far, on my team, 8 people have finished. It's a week and we've only have 8 people on our team that are done. And 30 can advance to round 4. So I'm hoping that I finish in time, and I'm hoping that I finish in time and that I get one of the spots. If I don't, such is life. I'll continue, I'll finish them. I don't think they're gonna fit me. I'm almost 100% sure they will not fit me when they're done. Stranded color work typically doesn't fit over my arch and my heel. And the leg, as you can see on here, the leg is fairly long. And I have fat calves. So just to put it mildly, I have fat legs. And I will not be able to pull those up if I can even get them over my heel. I haven't tried them on. They'll fit somebody. My guess is I will give them away I'll gift them to somebody. Or they'll end up in my collection of finished socks that I can't wear. So that's it for knitting content today. It's not much. Like I said, I've just been working all my spare time. I've been working on those socks. And basically for the last week, I have been alternating between knitting on those socks and grading. The semester is in the wind down home stretch now. Classes are done. They finished. Friday was the last day. Yesterday was the last day of classes for the semester. And final exams are coming up, final papers and final everything's being turned in this upcoming week. So all of my classes have all of their final projects and papers and exams are all due on Wednesday. So Wednesday 11:59 p.m. everything is done. So Thursday I will have to spend a good chunk of my day getting grading done. I will be spending some time in the next couple days catching up and getting the last of the grading for the semester finished and getting that all put together. So that's almost done. Sunday afternoon, I have a Zoom thing I have to attend, but I can knit during that, so that's good. And then this week coming up, we have like an end of semester faculty and staff luncheon thing. So a luncheon and awards thing. So I will be going to that. That's in person. The first part of it's in person. The award part of it's in person. And then they have bag lunches for us, so we can take those. And then we're supposed to go and do a Zoom thing for a while afterwards. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not hoping, I will be getting together with my sidekick at work, one of my coworkers. We haven't seen much of each other at all for the last year. So it'll be nice to see her and spend a bit of time with her outside of Zoom meetings. And then Saturday is graduation. So I'm not sure how I'm going to get my videotaping done on Saturday. It'll probably be late in the afternoon again. So they divided it up. The ceremony is going to be in person this year. Last year it was on Zoom. It was a disappointment because it's a big day for our students to graduate. So it's a really big day. It's an important day, and it was disappointing that we couldn't see them go across the stage and get their diplomas. I've been doing this for years now. I love going to grad. I love being part of the graduation ceremony. I love wearing my regalia and being a part of graduation ceremonies. I love it. Some faculty just, they don't enjoy it. I love it. It's one of the 2 times in the year I get to wear my regalia. I went to school for a long time to get to that point where I have fancy regalia. I'll get a picture next week, and I'll post a picture of me and I'll post some pictures of me and my regalia next week. Because I suspect I will be filming after I get home from grad in the afternoon. We'll see. So, and then once grad is done, the semester is 100% over, the teaching part of it. Then I need to switch gears and get into research mode and get going with my writing. Yeah, I got to get going on that. So, what else was I going to tell you about? While I've been doing my knitting, I have been binge watching Time Team episodes. If you've not seen it, it's a show that ran from the late 90s through until the I think it ran for almost 20 years, from like 96 to 2016, somewhere in that range. And it's a show out of England or out of the UK, and it's an archaeological show. And it just shows this group that go in, they have a 3-day window to go and do an archaeological dig and solve some kind of archaeological mystery or answer some questions and see what they can find. And I've always been absolutely fascinated with all kinds of archaeology. Right from when I was a kid, I used to get books from the library about dinosaurs. And that's when I was in grade 4. It's just been something I've been fascinated with always. And I just love the show. Absolutely love the show. Love the characters on there, love the accents, and I just love the material in the show. So what I've been doing the last several days is I'll watch a Time Team episode. One of the old, I think almost all of them are available here and there on YouTube. So I'll watch an episode of Time Team, and frantically knit on my Sock Madness socks. Then when the episode is over, I switch over and I get one more group of things graded. And then my reward is that I can knit and get back to watching more Time Team episodes. So I've watched a lot of Time Team episodes in the last week or so. And I suspect that for the next week I'll watch quite a few more. As kind of a reward. I'll do some grading and then get back to knitting and watching another episode. And other than that, not much else is new. I've basically just been hunkered down with knitting on these socks and grading. And that's what I see in my foreseeable future. The grading, I want to and will have everything 100% graded and done before I go for the luncheon on Friday. On Friday. So from when I get up Thursday morning, my goal is to try to get it all done on Thursday. So I really am hoping I have these socks done before I go to bed Wednesday night, because then I can focus 100% on my grading and not have to be worrying more and more about a time crunch on the socks. Stay tuned for a week and find out when and if I finish them. If I continue at the rate I'm going now, I might have to pull an all-nighter to get them done, and even then I'm not sure if that'll be sufficient. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But my goal is to finish them on time and move on to the next round in the competition. We shall see. Come back in a week and see if I've got them done. I really would like to be able to show you completed socks next week and not have just a tiny bit to do while in the last few hours after I film next week. So that's the goal. My big goal is to have them done by bedtime Wednesday night. I think that's tight. But anyway, I'm really starting to ramble now. As you can see, talk about rambling. As you can see, I opted for the blue and orange. I wasn't 100% sure what color I was going to go for. I suspected I was going to go for the blue and orange. Once I saw the pattern, I was thinking, I wish I had green. I didn't have a solid green that I could use for it. So I thought, I'm just gonna go blue and orange. It's kind of a bright orange autumn leaf. Not quite. But so I think that's enough rambling for now. I'm gonna let you go. Take care, everyone, and I will see you guys again in a week. Bye.